I'm over here in activity_main looking at this image view. We are using dice_1 as the first image shown, but let's say that I don't want to show any dice image the first time we open up the app. Now there are a few ways to resolve this. I'm going to pick a pretty simple way to do so. I've got this image here called empty_dice, and empty dice is the exact same size as the rest of these images, it just doesn't show anything. So instead here, I'm going to say that we want to show empty dice. This is what will be shown when the app first starts. There is a small problem with this, and we can see this if we go over here and open up the preview window. This should show us what the app looks like, and it does, but because we've gotten rid of the dice, it's just showing a blank image here. Now it's fairly common that the contents of a design might be defined dynamically at runtime. This is one example, but an even more real-world example is any app that grabs data from the internet. The app should probably start with a blank, empty, or loading screen, but in this preview view, when I'm actually designing the app, I probably want to see this layout populated. So ideally, we would like to see some dummy data in here when we're designing the layout, even if by default this starts out as empty. And there's a way to do that. I'm going to copy this source attribute here, and I'm going to change the namespace here of this attribute from Android to Tools. I just switched the default XML space from the default Android namespace to the Tools namespace. The Tools namespace is used when you want to define dummy content that is only used when you're previewing the app in the preview pane. Attributes using the Tools namespace are removed when you actually compile the app, so this whole line will be gone by the time that we compile. Namespaces in general help to resolve ambiguity when referring to attributes that have the same name. For example, you can see that we have two attributes called source, but their namespaces are different, and therefore they are doing different things. To see what the namespaces refer to, you can go to the top tag of your layout, which in this case is the linear layout, and the two namespaces are defined here. Okay, so I'm now going to change this image to dice_1 image that we had before, and if we open up the preview pane, I should see the dice1 image there, which I do. So as you can see, the empty dice image is here, and I can go ahead and roll my dice, and I see actual dice. So perfect! The dice image appeared while I was designing my app, but not in my final app.